Welcome back to Math 103. This is video number 13 on apportionment. So recall what our challenge is. We need to get the number of seats to add up to exactly 37. We found that using the standard divisor, which was just short of 460,000, using the standard divisor resulted in a sum of lower quotas equal to 35. That was too few. Using the modified divisor of 400,000 gives a sum of modified lower quotas equal to 40, and that was too many. By the Goldilocks principle, the middle one is just right. In other words, our next guess for a modified divisor needs to be greater than 400,000 in order to push the quotas a little bit lower, but it still has to be less than the standard divisor. So think of it this way. If your cookie cutter is producing too many cookies, right, 400,000 that sized cookie cutter resulted in 40 cookies, that's too many, then using a larger cookie cutter will produce fewer cookies, a smaller number of cookies. So what should we guess next? Well, a reasonable choice is roughly halfway between the two we've already tried. So let's try a modified divisor of 430,000 next and see if it works. So all we can do is check. All we can do is compute and see what happens. 7 million people in Massachusetts, divided now by 430,000, equals 16.28, and that gives a modified lower quota of 16. We go through state by state, always dividing now by 430,000. So within a single computation like this, we're always using the same 430,000 as the modified divisor. And we obtain 8.84, which rounds down to 8. So we will continue doing this for all 6 states. Let me point out that this 430,000 does not have a concrete meaning the way the standard divisor did. The standard divisor concretely meant how many people should live in a standard-sized congressional district, so that all across the country, every district will have the same number of people. This 430,000 does not have a similar meaning. This is just a computational fiction that we use in order to obtain this modified quota so that we can then round it down. After going through and computing all of these modified quotas based on the modified divisor of 430,000 and finding the lower quota for each one, we add them up, and lo and behold, they add up to exactly 37. Excellent. This is great news. This means that our guess of 430,000 as modified divisor has resulted in an apportionment of the correct number of seats. Right? So we say that this apportionment of seats to states is the Jefferson apportionment. If you ask Thomas Jefferson how many seats should Massachusetts get in this apportionment, he would answer 16. Connecticut should get 8. Maine should get 4 seats. New Hampshire 4 seats. Rhode Island 3 seats. Vermont 2 seats. Right? So this is his approach to apportioning the seats. The method we have just applied is called Jefferson's method, based on finding modified quotas such that their modified lower quotas add up to the correct number of seats. Right, so that's Jefferson's method, and the result is called the Jefferson apportionment. So we've seen how Hamilton would do the apportionment, and now we've also seen how Jefferson would do the apportionment. Are they the same? Right, so before you go on to the next video, compare the result of Hamilton's apportionment to Jefferson's apportionment, and tell me, what do you notice?